Welcome, Aquarius, to your 2026 mid-March reading. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Hope y'all are doing fantastic using the Ghost Tarot. And we're going to take a look at current situation and influences around that with a piece of advice at the end. So let's get going. One more shuffle. Let me cut the card. Let's see, what do our Aquarius need to know? What do our Aquarius need to know? Three cards. Ooh, Justice, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Okay. Some of you might be having a fight in a relationship, like maybe not divorce, but maybe separation or something. That's not for all of you. That was just a quick little message I got. What you don't see, Magician, unexpected is the Five of Cups. What to look for, Ten of Cups, challenge, Knight of Pentacles. Where does this lead? Nine of Wands to the Hermit. It's interesting, Aquarius. There's something. This is not an easy reading. I will be honest with you. It's not. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think it ends up fine, but it's not easy. And the piece of advice is going to be the Fool. Bottom of the bottom of the deck is Nine of Swords. This isn't an easy reading. So yeah, there's something that's really stressing you out here. You know, I'm going to just give a really quick summary of how I look at the cards. We'll dig in with clarifiers, but you know, having that Justice with the Three of Pentacles, it's like you're feeling like things aren't balanced. And the reason why I say I feel like it's you don't feel like they're balanced is because the Seven of Wands follows that, and the Seven of Wands is about standing up for yourself, like just putting your foot down, guarding yourself, standing up for yourself. So I get the feeling that there's something that you're trying to put into balance that has to do with partnerships of some sort. Could be work, it could be love, but it does feel like there is definitely something that you're feeling like you're not being heard. Um, they're not listening to you. Your ideas don't matter. Kind of that kind of feeling. But it's really kind of got you pretty stressed out. Um, yeah. Yeah, let's look if we can figure out more. Is there anything more about this Justice for our Aquarius, please? Is there anything more about this Justice card that we need to know? We've got the Six of Swords with the King of Wands. Yeah, for some of you it is. You're like leaving somebody. Sorry. The Six of Swords is, you know, moving away from something. The King of Wands is a person that you might be moving away from. It could be a sun sign. That would be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. But it doesn't have to be. It could just be someone that's just got a lot of that type of fire energy within them. But the balance is I think you're deciding on doing that. That's the Justice card. Now, for some of you, it's the actual doing it. The Justice is the actual paperwork, like if there is something happening. Sorry. But I do feel like you're on the verge of moving away from something for sure. Now, keep in mind that this doesn't have to be love. There's only one love card here, so but for some it could be. What is the Three of Pentacles? Strength card there fell out with the World. Yeah, so the Three of Pentacles is, I mean, the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, but these two cards are telling me like, okay, you got to be strong until you reach the end, until you reach completion here. So there's something here. If this is work, you want to move away, but you can't do so until something gets completed or done. If it's a relationship, it's kind of similar. And you have to wait until it reaches some kind of ending, whether it's a contract, whether it's a divorce, whether it's, I don't know, waiting for a house to sell. I don't know. There's something here where you have to wait before you can move on. And the Seven of Wands, so that is that standing up for yourself, guarding, that kind of energy. What more do we have here? Ten of Wands with the King of Swords. Yeah, you know what? You're just over it. So the King of Swords, to me, is maybe someone not being nice to you, and you're done with that. That's what you're standing up to, the burden of that. Like maybe someone being overcritical. They don't sugarcoat things, but sometimes people can say something and not sugarcoat it, and it doesn't hurt. But there's some people that they can't do that. But when they say something, it's like, God, that was just mean. So that's what you're standing up to now. You're done. Ten of Wands. You're done, and you're done with that, and that's what you're standing up to. Now, let's look at this Magician here, because the Magician is in what you don't see. I feel like there is some wonky stuff going on here that you don't see. So I think everything's going to end up okay, because once you realize there's yucky stuff, that to me, so the Magician, to me, for those of you who don't watch me regularly, can be sleight of hand, someone not being completely honest. Sometimes I look at as they're not doing it intentionally. Sometimes they are. It depends on the reading and what's really happening with other cards. But let's see. Tell me about the Magician. Yeah. um, well, Knight of Swords with the King of Coins or King of Pentacles. So that energy really tells me that there could be, I think it goes back to that King energy. I feel like you just be careful. I feel like there could be some dishonesty. This could be about work though too. So just, really think about that. Um, for a second, I thought I wasn't recording and I went to look. Oh, okay, I'm recording. Um, I can't tell you how many times I do that, but I feel like, yeah, this is something you don't see. So I would just be really careful if anyone's telling you things, just to ask, more detail, get the details, read the fine print, that kind of thing. I think it's just a little bit of a forewarning. It could be about a job, again, with that King of Pentacles there, but I would just be really careful. When I see the Magician and what you don't see, I don't think it's saying you have more skills than you think you do. I just don't. Not in this reading. The Five of Cups is coming up in what's unexpected. Now, the Five of Cups is about disappointment. This deck, I read the Five of Cups slightly different because it looks different. I mean, he's waving goodbye. He's waving goodbye. So to me, I think you'll unexpectedly be okay with what's happening, that you'll be able to move on, because I feel like that's what this is saying. Yeah, you might be disappointed, but you're ready to move to go to your two cups that are still full, and to move on and move away from this disappointment. And I see that in the cards in general. Tell me more. I think your only good issue is going to be the patience piece of this. Tell me more about this Five of Cups and the unexpected, please. Yeah, Four of Cups, Page of Wands. Yeah, you're okay. This isn't something you wanted anyway. Four of Cups. You were wanting something else. You got handed something you didn't want. The Page of Wands is, there's something that comes in that makes you surprisingly be okay. I'm okay with this. Yes, I'm disappointed, but I'm willing to move on and move on to something better. And I do like that the Ten of Cups is coming in here, what to look for, because I think what that's saying is there's definitely something better out there, and this is all okay. It's going to be a little bit hard. You got the Nine of Swords and you're at the bottom of the deck. It's not an easy situation, but I think the Ten of Cups is saying there's two things here. The Ten of Cups to me, and what to look for energy. The Knight of Pentacles in your challenge is asking you to be patient. The Hermit's telling me here that you'll figure it out. You'll find your answers. It'll just take a little bit of time. So tell me more about this Ten of Cups and what to look for our Aquarius, please. King of Swords and the Fool. Yeah, moving away from that King of Swords. there's someone that you need to move away from. You need to start over, but there is something good out there with the 10 of cups. Your advice is also the Fool. So this placement is also kind of advice, and it's asking you to let go and trust and take that leap of faith. There is something better out there with the 10 of cups. It's not, you may not find that something better immediately. That's not what the cards are saying. It's saying that where you're at now, there's something better. So if this isn't panning out the way you thought, that's okay. You're headed to something better. So your challenge is the Knight of Pentacles. When this shows up in challenge, I don't even clarify it because it makes complete sense. Things are moving forward, but they're moving forward slowly. So your challenge is to have patience, but don't stop moving towards whatever your goals are. It's very important to continue to do that. So even if you feel like this isn't going to happen or there's something better out there, keep going in the direction you're going because you need to be patient and you need to allow things to work out. So where does this lead? It leads to the Nine of Wands, to the Hermit. The Nine of Wands, yeah, this is where you're going to get a little bit frustrated, tired, maybe even upset a little bit with the Nine of Wands. It's that the energy of just having enough, like I'm just done, and you'll feel done. I think that there's just a lot of things happening. You're going to be going through a lot of emotional, maybe not just emotional, but just things like having to think about a lot. You got the Eight of Swords with the Emperor. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're really kind of tired of being stuck. You're tired of feeling like you're stuck. I feel like with the Emperor though is that control piece. So you move away from that nine, move away from that exhausted energy, but it comes from feeling stuck. I do feel like part of you though is also feeling like you can't take control of the situation with that Emperor. So you can and it will. And I think what happens is that's when you say, okay, let's go searching. Like the Hermit is that I'm going to take a moment and look deeper, look further. It's a search alone, which sometimes is very important because even if we're in a very healthy, good relationship, sometimes we do need to find our own answers. Tell me more about this Hermit, please. Four of Cups with the Page of Wands. I think we had that for the Five of Wands. Five of Cups up here. We did. So yeah, you're wanting to, you're ready to now look for what it is you want. If you remember me talking at the Five of Cups, I said this wasn't what you wanted anyway. And you got a message that kind of let you know that. Well, now you're after what you really want. And that's what that Hermit is. Fine that I had to leave that, but now I need to go back on what my eyesight was really on. And I want to get that. And the Page of Wands, I think, is also that energy of you're ready to jump towards that. It's not just messages. And your advice for the reading is the Fool. Trust yourself, trust the universe, take a leap of faith, start something new, start something different. Um, and when you do, go in with curiosity, don't go in with fear so much, because it's really important with the Fool that it's the curiosity that allows the Fool to really find his true route, to, which way he wants to go. And let's pull a couple more cards for Aquarius before we close out. Anything else our Aquarius need to know? Yeah, Eight of Pentacles with the Four of Wands. This is absolutely saying keep working hard with the Eight of Pentacles. As long as you stay focused and continue to work hard, you'll reap the benefits and you'll be in a position to celebrate. It won't take that long. This is not long. It's not long term. So my readings are, pretty short term. So I don't read out like months and months and months. This is probably going to be, over the next month, month and a half, maybe two max. So know that if you keep working hard, you will be celebrating things and things will really seem to come together. So yeah, let me know if this resonated. Also, if you want to get any more information on your personal situation, Veronica veronicastreams.net is my website. All my reading offerings are there. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment. Take care and have a beautiful day.